Jalen Williams took over down the stretch, fourth quarter and OT of this Warriors game. He looked like the total package, a total true way superstar. We're going to break down every single play he was involved in this fourth quarter and overtime. And I think it's a pretty good sequence encapsulation that shows who he is right now and the player that he can become. I already did a video of this on my TikTok, which is just my name. You should go follow me there. I'm trying to post more on there. Subs, likes, all of that would be amazing as always. And J-Dub is an incredible 3-level scorer already at this point in his career. He is killing from mid-range this year, and his floater touch is fantastic. Great behind the back here. Look how low and flexible he gets to create this advantage. Step back to get Corey Joseph on the ropes. Uses his strength to create separation. Easy little floater right there. This is like the old man George Gervin 80s scoring game that J-Dub has always had and has been so deadly for the Thunder this year. And obviously, he's just kind of a guy who gets to the rim when he wants, and good things tend to happen. Even when he loses the ball or it's not exactly always pretty here, he gets it back. He's able to win with his touch here. He's patient. He's not making bad decisions, even under duress, which is a thing that a lot of young players, second-year players, will do. I think this is maybe the most impressive play he's had all season. I don't know if that's true, but I've seen a lot of him this season, and it's definitely one of them. This is the true superstar package on display, where we see the incredible handle and burst. J-Dub changing directions, blowing right by Corey Joseph. I don't really know why the Warriors play Corey Joseph as much as they do, but blows right by him and then elevates off of 1 foot and the scoop layup. Williams, by the way, the pink and white cleats, the pink and white shoes are insanely hard. Elevating off of his off foot, hanging around Saric, getting all the way above him and extending with the right arm to finish there. That is special, special stuff. And it's not just offensively. Defensively, J-Dub is special as well. His off-ball defense is elite in terms of playmaking already. We know how thick and sturdy he is on the ball, but this is a pretty good play by Wiggins on the short roll here. He makes a relatively quick decision, takes a dribble, sees Draymond here, but J-Dub explodes and is able to use his length just to tap that ball and ends up staying in bounds, which is even more impressive here. He doesn't just get the deflection, but he's able to retain that ball with his length and his effort and actually create a turnover rather than just resetting the play, which is hugely valuable. We talk about that for rim protectors a lot. Players like Evan Mobley, Anthony Davis, so elite at keeping the ball in bounds, and I think J-Dub is the same way for steals, which is really important too. He is becoming one of those just like FU shot makers who can get you a bucket whenever you need it down the stretch, close game, guarded in ISO by Steph, who has of course become a pretty good defender in his career and is being defended really well here. Draymond stunts and forces him away from that right side that he wants to, so seamlessly transitioned into the behind the back. Kuminga comes over to shade, doesn't matter. J-Dub, he's absolutely ice cold on these mid-range jumpers at this point. He's just not going to be missing them. Again, we see him isolated on Clay, and this is another one of the most impressive plays I think he's made all year, especially given the time and the clutch. A lot of players, most young ball handlers, cannot play with the type of pace that he plays with. Using this crossover here to set Clay up like he's going middle, and then cross back baseline, forces the help, lobs it up to Chet. This is primary initiator stuff as a playmaker as well, which is part of why I'm so high on J-Dub becoming a legit star. Again, we see him lose the ball but doesn't panic, gets the ball back, dribbles himself into kind of post-scoring position, and is able to get another bucket there. And if you're like, oh, where are the misses? You're only showing all of his makes. He's made all of his shots he's taken in the fourth quarter so far. This is his first miss. He hasn't missed before. Actually, no, I was wrong. This isn't even his first miss. I misremembered the clip. This is just another nasty step back creation. Look at how flexible and explosive he is. Again, we see him get low to the ground. He's beneath Clay. Hard step with the right foot, and that's just a wide open jumper. Clay is a pretty vulnerable point of attack defender, and the Warriors, the guys that they had on him, I mean, they should be playing Moses Moody in this moment. They need Moses Moody to guard that guy. And I believe this is the first miss that J-Dub gets. He still gets a pretty decent look. He has great floater touch. Wiggins does a good job, though, denying him like the straight line angle to the rim. And J-Dub, there isn't really a great passing angle. He could try to get it to Chet, but that would be a difficult one from this way. And he's a great floater shooter. But point being, yeah, this is his first miss of the entire quarter. And I wouldn't even say it's on a bad shot, just to show you how ridiculous. Like we said, this is all of the plays, not just the highlights. All of the plays just happen to be highlights. I'm showing you everything. Then we get to OT, where we see J-Dub defending Clay around screens, which is one of the most precarious things in basketball. He sticks with him. Really good job getting skinny around this Draymond screen, and is in Clay's airspace. Obviously, a great job by Chet as well to step up and make that contest in overtime. Nonetheless, clutch play by everyone involved. Overtime, we have more just FU shot making on some good defense by Steph. It's a very similar play to the one we saw earlier, where this time Steph does a great job of forcing J-Dub away from his strong hand on his own. Really good job, not falling for the change of direction, not biting. Kuminga once again shades over, and it doesn't matter. J-Dub is just that guy. And sometimes you just have to have that guy in the playoffs when games get close. And the Thunder already have one of them in Shea, but I really think they have two with J-Dub. And then we have just like the icing on the cake, daggering this game with his defensive aptitude as well. Guarding, or switched onto Kuminga here. He's low, he's sliding his feet. He gets a nasty block here just at the apex. This is just a vicious way to end off this performance, stuffing Kuminga at the height of his block. And it's a great exclamation point. Once again, this was all of the plays he was involved in. All of the stuff tracked on NBA.com in terms of tracking data for his defensive involvement, for his offensive involvement. This is every single play. I didn't leave anything out. I think it shows you how special J-Dub is. He took over down the stretch like a true two-way star. And though his counting numbers aren't like that level just because the Thunder have so many other offensive threats. Shea is obviously amazing. Chet is playing out of his mind. There's so many great role players. But he's a legit star. I think he's already a legit star. He's already a top 40 player in the league to me. He's an all-star level guy. And I think he's going to keep getting better. And you almost can't be too high on this guy.